They flat out deliver.
They do.
I mean, come on. I mean, the first game was, off the charts. The second game was incredible. You're like, how did that happen? The third game was, I back and forth. If there's not a tip ball, I don't know when that game ends. They probably go to overtime. The Niner game was down to the last possession.
They had one bunk game the whole time.
And then last night was of course, the Chargers did their thing. The Chargers did their chargering. Look, this is proof. And I've read it all day on the Twitter, and people are right. If Jim Harbaugh, who is respected, right, is one of the best coaches in the history of football, if he can't even come close to providing a playoff victory, when is it ever going to happen for the Chargers?
And he was not close, my friend.
He was not close last night, and he wasn't close last year.
He was not close.
He's been there 2 years, and they've gone out embarrassingly both times.
And listen, I am pro player. However, my man Justin Herbert is quite quiet. I haven't heard very much criticism.
Again,
this is the third straight kind
Justin
of
Herbert.
dud.
Justin Herbert, he's already made his millions. But if he wanted to get into the billion-dollar realm, all he has to do is write a book on how to avoid criticism. Because we all want to know how to do it. Nobody wants to be, told negative things.
Are you hearing criticism?
Yeah.
What are you hearing? Everything was on the offensive line. He had no chance to throw. It's an embarrassment.
That's what I heard.
Greg Roman had a terrible game plan.
You don't follow the right haters on social media, because I'm seeing people say, is this dude ever going to win a game? The mighty Justin Herbert again loses a playoff game?
Even though I picked against the Bills, there was a piece of me that I kind of don't want to see Josh Allen lose, because at this point, given that all of the quarterbacks that he typically has to go through to get there, even the quarterbacks on the other side that he would have to take down, maybe with the exception,
they're all out of the way.
They're all gone. And so, if he loses, his offseason gonna be
But
tough.
there's a big difference between Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. And today,
no doubt.
Today
I wasn't trying to compare.
Right, I know what you mean. But today, there's obvious the difference. Josh Allen won, Justin Herbert lost. But even if Josh Allen lost yesterday, and because they had the narrative, he's never won a playoff game on the road, and this, how did he play in some of those games? I mean, against Mahomes, he threw for 600 yards, 8 touchdowns, and then remember the Bills lost the 1 year to the Chiefs because Mahomes went 40 yards in 6 seconds or something and set up a field goal.
It was ridiculous.
So Josh Allen has always played well. Now, Justin Herbert is not, and Justin Herbert was terrible again last night. He didn't throw 4 interceptions like he did in the loss to Houston last year, but he did absolutely nothing. He couldn't do a thing, and I know he was under pressure, but most of those sacks that the Patriots got and most of the punishment they doled out, I thought was kind of after the game was decided. And it was 16-3, and it was desperation. Then he started getting really hammered. But before that, the Charger defense played certainly well enough to win that game.
They played great. I think ultimately what that game showed me yesterday is that you're going to have to get Justin Herbert like a true number one wide receiver.
Glad McConkey's not it, is
I don't think he is.
No.
I don't think he's that guy yet. That can,
How many times did he go back last night, take 1 look, take 2 looks, took 3 looks, and nothing?
It felt like every time he dropped back,
every
he did
time.
that.
Almost
and
every
when he
time.
didn't do that, it seemed like when he let it go, the defender was, I don't know, inches away from picking it and going the other way.
Yeah. Justin Herbert deserves some protection from the criticism,
for sure,
but not all of it. I mean, ultimately, you are the quarterback, and you have to come through and find a way to win some of these games.
Them are the rules.
Here's the only positive for Justin Herbert fans, if there's any left, and I imagine there are. Matt Stafford lost his first 3 playoff games, and he ended up in a pretty good spot. Justin Herbert seems like the kind of guy with the right mix and a running back and an offensive line and a receiver could probably win a Super Bowl someday. He's got the ability, but
by no means when I say that he has been able to sidestep criticism, am I saying that he can't play or that he is deserving of all the criticism. I think it's clear that they didn't have a healthy backfield. Hampton was not himself. He only one series,
I think one carry,
and then that was it.
Yeah,
and then on the outside, they don't. And to make matters worse, I don't know that they have a tight end that they could maybe find a way to alleviate some of that pressure. And so
Keenan Allen's a little over the hill. Maybe.
I mean, Keenan gets you some catches, but he ain't separating like you need to make big plays.
Yeah, the Chargers. Look, I will just go back to Spanos. I mean, they showed him sitting up there. Too bad for him. They showed him in a split screen with Robert Kraft, and basically you're looking at one of the greatest owners in the history of the sport and one of the worst.
That's a tough one.
That's basically what you're looking at. And the funny thing was, Robert, if you go back to that clip in your mind, if you saw it, Robert Kraft's box, where of course it's his home stadium, so I get it, but his box was wide open. It was airy. It was well lit. Guys were jumping up and down and hugging. Spanos was in a dark, dank, closed room behind a shield of glass.
That's how his team
You
played.
could barely see him back there. Yeah. And
maybe
his team,
that way.
I guess, his team they can't win. Look, it's going to be the curse of Spanos forever. And, I feel for the Charger fans that have not been able to let the team go. And I get that there are many of you, and I don't think you have to be, apologize for it. This was the team you grew up with. This is the team you rooted for. You rooted for the uniform, the lightning bolt, everything that happened here in San Diego and Rivers and LT and Seau and Merriman. And I mean, just, the years and years of Fouts and all of this stuff. So it's, you couldn't just let them go, even though everyone says we hate the Chargers. We hate the Chargers. Maybe you're out there and you say, no, I don't hate the Chargers. I'm always going to root. They're always going to be my team. Unfortunately, Spanos is always going to be your owner. And I just don't know that you're ever going to be able to overcome that, because if Jim Harbaugh can't come close to winning a game for you in the playoffs, who can?
You know what Jim Harbaugh didn't have trouble doing while he was with the 49ers? Winning playoff games.
Well, he's a good coach.
Yeah, he's got a good different type of
we're avoiding the 49ers for a reason. Our overtime, which we always bring out on Mondays, is going to be a lot of 49ers. So you're going to get your love and hatred and your hatred from us.
I hate to
in the
overtime. Unfortunately, the way you set up overtime, we have to kind of give 49ers
we got to give them a little
love
now. Yeah, we're going to, because the overtime is pretty hardcore. Yeah. But I did say this in the overtime. If you want to go 49ers, they have no business being where they are based on the injuries they have.
Yes,
and for every team in the NFL, somebody tweeted this. You read the tweet. It's a good tweet. But for every team in the NFL, and I don't care who you are, your injuries just are not, they're not an excuse anymore.
It's not an excuse.
The 49ers have nobody left on this team except for McCaffrey and Purdy, which are two pretty good things to have. But
shout out to
you got to give him some credit.
Shout out to the San Diegan John Lynch, because it's really a credit to him for putting together the type of roster
and having
Kyle Shanahan. I'll give Kyle some credit on, because he seems like he's hands-on, but they identify guys they know can fit their system.
The guys that you've never heard of, John Lynch is put there for a reason,
for sure,
to come in the game if need be. So I agree with you, Tony. John Lynch has to get a lot of the credit. Shanahan's getting the credit, and the 49ers, are doing something. And I'll tell you what, if you think Seattle's just going to, beat them the way they did a week ago, I think you got another thing coming, because now Shanahan has a whole game to look at, to try to, figure something out. And Trent Williams played yesterday. And that always makes a difference for the 49ers.
George Kittle
the
playoffs,
the playoffs is littered with the same things from top to bottom. And maybe you could take out the Chargers. They're no longer in the playoffs. But all of them have cohesive work between head coach, general manager, and ownership. Those are teams that we consistently see in this position. 49ers, I hate to say it, are certainly one of them.
Kyle Shanahan's either gone to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl when he's gotten into the playoffs, or he doesn't make it. So it's the NFC Championship, Super Bowl, or you don't make it.
Well, I would take it. I would take that.
Absolutely.
I've been saying this for years, and you guys crushed me for it. I would much rather have my team play in the NFC Championship and lose.
You usually in here popping off, and we got to kind of give you some humble pie a little bit. Crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't help it, everybody. You're going to hear that song all bleeping week long. There's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, they deserve to crow a little
And
bit.
they should have had 0 penalties, but they got 1 penalty called that wasn't an actual penalty.
All right, let's not get into that now because
you know
that is
goes,
where
buddy.
you are going to get obliterated on the overtime.
It's not obliterated. It's just I am correct.
Because one of the things
Chris is feeling some type of way.
One of the many things you cried about last week going into the game was, I can't believe they're using this ref crew. We never win with this referee crew. And I'm like, shut up.
I give it to the fans.
Already setting the excuses.
I
just
give
in
it to the
case.
fans because the fans were the ones who retweeted this so much that they got in the head
It's
of the
212.
referee. And the referee's like, if I do anything wrong,
It's
they're
212.
going to know.
It's 212. Just want to let you know before you get going on your 49ers. It's now 213.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
All right, we got a ton of stuff to talk about in the playoffs. We're going to do that over the next couple of hours for sure. The college football championship is set as well. Some latest news on baseball. Anything new on the Padres? We'll let you in on it when we come back. Gwynn and Chris, underway.
Jack, when you
2:18 on the clock. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Sullivan, Matt Skraby. A little baseball popped off. I think it Saturday that it went down.
The Bregman deal.
Yeah.
It happened from what I recall. It happened with the Bears trailing 21. No, I'm serious. They put this out there.
So they
were
Cubs put it out during the Bears game?
Yep. They were down 21-3 or maybe 21-6.
They were trying to give the Chicagoans something to be happy
they
about.
announced the Bregman thing, and Chicago fans are saying that's what gave us the boost we needed.
It was
to come back and beat the Packers. So that's when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, the Chicago Cubs get a very, very good third baseman. I'm assuming he'll play third. 5 years, 175. Alex Bregman gets a full no trade clause, no opt-outs. He did do something that Skraby despises, though, which is
I'm fine with it now.
Oh, you're fine with it now.
I've had to accept it.
Yeah, okay. Well,
If I don't accept it, then it'll keep making me angry.
Okay, I just want to make
But
sure.
I want to know what it is.
It's a deferral. They deferred some of
sorry.
this
I thought you
contract,
said-
some of this contract, and Skraby, who has been adamant about how ridiculous it is that
Doesn't
the
like the
Dodgers,
deferring.
he's okay now with.
Well, you
Chicago.
should be okay look, at least some other team is doing it, not just the Dodgers.
And that's
what I
exactly
think.
what it is.
That's
It's
what I
like
think.
if other teams start taking advantage of this, then that's fine. It was just really shocking when Shohei Ohtani signed a $700 million deal and like 600 of it went deferred.
I don't think Shohei's been paid yet.
He's still waiting
for a check.
This is a big deal for the Cubs. I think this is type
What's
of
the
move.
name of the
Matt Shaw.
Okay, thank you. We're not allowed to go in this direction, but Matt Shaw is a very controversial player for the Cubs.
I thought about whether or not
for many
this was-
reasons, and I don't
Yeah.
know that this has anything to do with the signing of Bregman, but I do know that it means that Shaw is pretty much out of a job,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. And
Here's the thing.
if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Matt Shaw and you'll get the story.
He definitely is a
So,
controversial
yeah.
figure for
and it
a
caused
baseball
problems.
team.
It caused problems.
But
for them.
I don't think that ultimately.
Oh,
is
I
the
don't
issue.
think so either.
And let me say, it didn't
He-
cause problems because of his beliefs, but it brought up a lot of stuff.
Just let people look it up if
They'll
they are
figure it
that
out.
You're right,
interested.
Chris.
His performance, on the other hand, was the big problem.
Right, he wasn't very
they
good,
expected him to come in,
Yeah.
and they wanted him to take this third base job, but at
Right.
one point they had to send him down.
Yeah.
He came back up, and so listen. What I do know about is it Tom Ricketts? Is that his-
Yes.
I think one of the things that the Cubs fan find irritating about him, Ricketts' family, quite wealthy, but he has done his best not to go over that luxury tax line. And typically when you're a big market team,
You expect
you
him
expect
to.
them to do that.
So is he now
has
done
been-
so?
Well, that he has for now. However, it sounds like because of this deal, maybe Nico Horner, who is a guy who was not under team control here very much
Oh,
longer,
He could be gone.
he could be on the move, which would open up second base
Yeah.
and may give Shaw another shot.
Do we need a second baseman? No, but
No.
yes.
I mean, I guess you
Crony can move
back
to first.
Yep.
If you're going to give me Nico Horner, I'd be pretty excited.
I love Nico.
That guy's a hell of a player.
He's another grinder.
Nico
type
Horner
player.
was one of my guys last year, and this is my old argument, and I'm sorry to keep making it as a get off the lawn guy, but I'm sorry, I do still love a guy that flies a soft fly ball to center field, and while you're waiting for it to come down, is racing around the bases and is standing on second when the ball is caught.
That is
Nico Horner,
that is
and
a
I appreciate
great
that.
description of Nico. However, I mean,
I
I will
appreciate
say,
that.
however, I'll say, and he is of the same ilk that Luis Ariz is in terms of hitter. Now he possesses some speed.
He
can run
steals
the
a few more
bases.
bases, yeah.
That changed that. But
Right.
I can assure you that if you didn't like watching Luis hit, you're going to probably
Nico's not a
feel
big
the same
power
way.
guy.
Yes.
But he's also second base. Do you think people can handle it as a second baseman more than a first baseman?
Maybe so.
Maybe so.
Maybe so. Maybe that changes.
Anyway, but I do like Nico Horner, the hustler.
Yeah, so
I
Bregman,
like that part.
Bregman's the big deal that went down this weekend. Kudos to my man Matt Skraby. We're gonna have Evan Drellijohn on Wednesday. It's a pretty big get. This is the man who is breaking almost all of the stuff on The Athletic from a national standpoint. He's been all over this possible work stoppages, where these owners are at, where the players are at. We'll have him on to join us on Wednesday. Pretty exciting pretty excited about that.
If we're on the guest thing, Charlie Hoffman tomorrow.
Charlie Hoffman.
Before the Farmers
don't get
Insurance
off
Open.
don't get out. You guys are trying to glom over the big baseball news of the weekend, and we have to bring it back here.
Which one was it?
The Rockies traded for Jake McCarthy.
Hey,
look out!
Let me say something real quick about this.
Look out!
Because on the surface, it's like, okay, they went and got Jake McCarthy. But I like the move for him.
Okay.
For a couple reasons.
Hit 204 last year. I get it.
He's a guy. He has that same type of motor that we were just talking about what Nico Horner does.
Okay.
And so he has shown flashes. He just got beat out by,
the better
young outfielders they have there.
He did finish 4th in the Rookie of the Year a couple years ago.
He's got some talent. I like that kind of move. Hopefully he doesn't get lost in the sauce out there.
Between him and Michael Lorenzen, I think 30 wins is now a possibility for the Rockies this year.
I'm just trying to find some light for those folks out there.
And then Luis Ariz is going to be a Rocky, according to David Schoenfeld. So,
yeah.
Oh. Would you love that for him, Chris, or what?
He could hit 400 in that ballpark. I mean, I don't want to say anything. I mean, he's still, for all of the negatives about Luis, and then you guys know who you are. The guy can hit the ball, and he can find some space out there. And there's a lot more space in Denver than most
according
places.
According to MLB trade rumors, Padres, as we all should expect, are interested in possibly adding some starting pitching. According to MLB trade, remember the Padres are want to add a starter, but are telling representatives for several free agents. Remember, this is all according to the MLB trade rumor, that they are not ready to move. According to people familiar with those discussions, the holdup might be the Padres wanting to clear money, perhaps, with the trade of right-hander Nick Pivetta, an idea that they have entertained this offseason. Now, I guess in the grand scheme of things, if you're using Pivetta to get multiple pitchers, fine. But I don't know how.
I don't see how you're better trading away one of your best guys.
Thank you.
I never see that.
I was just you right now. You feel pretty good about a Pivetta, King, Musgrove, 1, 2, 3 off the shoot, right? You feel good about Randy. At least I feel good about Randy Vasquez in that 4. But if you remove that, are you bringing in somebody that fills the 1 spot, or is everybody now slotting up? And as you said, I don't know that makes you a better pitcher.
I don't know. I've always felt that good teams are those that have good players in as many positions as possible. And good players are hard to find, like better than good, right? A little above.
Impactful.
And so, yes, if you have an impact guy and you want to trade him for 2 players, I think that's a negative. I just do. I've always felt 1 impact player beats 2 normal players.
Yeah,
so
I think that's fair.
So I would stay with Pivetta, but the Padres need to get something with AJ Preller done. I am getting a little antsy. I'm not a big antsy guy.
I think Cassavell told us we had until the end of spring training.
Yeah,
he gave us. It's way too long. I'm not waiting till the end of spring training. Let's go.
That's too long, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Opening day is what Cassavell said. We can get nervous.
We're certainly holding out, waiting for that to happen. Tonight's one last NFL playoff game.
Yeah.
It's a big one for me. It's 5-pointer
for
for me.
Both of us. Well, with both. I have 5 on
you
the
got
Texans.
5 on the Texans?
Oh, yeah. Who's leading?
Skraby's the leader. He went 3-2 with 14 points. Tony and I both went 2-3 with 7 points. But it can change quickly. Skraby did pick the Steelers tonight, but only a 1-point pick. You got 5 on the Steelers.
I got 5.
I got 5 on the Texans. So we'll see. That could change things.
It was a good weekend for rookie quarterbacks.
They continue to do it now. I've given up.
We might have to move off.
Yeah, I've given up that argument. Although I want to say Drake May could have played a lot better.
You're saying rookie playoff quarter, not
rookie
rookies.
But rookie playoff quarterbacks normally don't play well, but that's changed now. Right. It just has. I mean, Caleb Williams, after a terrible first half, was great. Drake May, I thought, was serviceable, but he
only had to play a certain
and
level.
And he only had to make
defense,
one perfect pass, and he made it.
Yep.
That touchdown was a beautiful throw to Hunter Henry, dropped it in there. But even by his own admission, he didn't have a great game. But I agree with you. Yeah, playoff quarterback. I know Bryce Young. That was his first playoff game. Yeah. I don't think he could have played a lot better. He did all right.
I thought he played decent. I thought he put his team in a position where, quite frankly, against that Rams team, I don't know that they should have been in, but
I think the Rams are just a little arrogant in that game. I really do. I felt like even at the end, they were like, okay, well, we got to go score a touchdown to win. And they did. But you can't always put yourself in that position.
Panthers played them tough in Carolina
too,
during the regular season. For whatever reason, the Panthers match up.
Yeah, I was happy to see Puka Nacua drop a touchdown. That made me feel good, but not as good as it made me feel A.J. Brown dropping 3 passes and getting screamed at by his coach on the sideline and then yelling back because, the dysfunction of the Eagles can be summed up in one name, A.J. Brown. And I really
think
believe
it's Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator.
Oh, okay, so you agree with A.J. Brown then that he doesn't get the ball enough. Really? Would you throw to a guy that drops it every time?
Well,
I wouldn't.
I would say that it doesn't help his argument that at least it has been portrayed. I'm not going to say that it is that way, but it's been portrayed that he has been making a lot of noise about getting the ball.
Yep.
And then he got the ball probably in the times it mattered most.
It was pretty crucial yesterday, I must say.
And he didn't come up with the catch.
Those drops that he had at the end of the first half cost them adding points to their lead. Those things come back to bite you. Ask the Packers. They could have scored before the half, and they did not.
Yeah.
Same with I think was it the Jags maybe I think had a chance to score at the end of the half. You got to get everything you can get in the NFL now in these playoff games. So
no doubt. All right, let's get to break. Short show today, off at 4 because of that Steelers-Texans matchup. So we got a big 5. I almost called it a big 4. A big 5 on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
Big 4.
Me.
Gwynn and Chris on the fan.
You guys take your guys.
Quarterback is
All right,
fine.
it's time for the Beaver Nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the Beaver Nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name Beaver Nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, "Are they cheesy?" No, they're not cheesy at all. Actually, they're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it, with dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the beaver nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, "Put me on, put me on, put me on." And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the beaver nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name beaver nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle. And we're going to eat them right now. I don't think these are bad, but here we go. I like it. It tastes like a corn pop.
I was just saying it tastes like a waffle, really.
It does kind of taste like a waffle. You know what? I'm in. These are good.
Yeah, I'm not.
You want another one?
No, I don't want another one. But yeah, I mean, it tastes like a waffle, like a waffle with syrup on it.
It's pretty good. I gotta say, I'm not hating these at all. Actually, they're very good. I like this. The waffle is a perfect explanation. If you've ever had, I'm sorry, I'm talking on the microphone with food in my mouth. But if you've ever had a, what is it? A Lay's potato chip that's waffle flavor. It's kind of like that. Sad Fryer says, are they cheesy? No, they're not cheesy at all, actually. They're sweet.
No, it's like a hard waffle with syrup on it. With dried encrusted syrup on it.
Now, I don't exactly know what the puff is. It could be just fake something.
Most likely. I mean,
it's like caramel a little bit too. All right, I gotta stop eating these because I will eat the whole bag. I love these things. I'm gonna leave them here though because I will eat this if I go home. It's just gonna be a bunch of beaver nuggets in my bed as I sleepwalk or something like that. All right, it's time for the beaver nuggets. So the story is somehow Buc-ee's got brought up. I think Frank brought it up.
Yes.
And it's a rest stop / mall / entertainment zone, super center. And someone said on the chat yesterday that they have like 100. They went to one with like 100 gas pumps, which is a lot, I guess. But while we were talking about this, Sam Levitt was in New York listening, and he goes, put me on. And so we put him on, and he's talking about how much he loves Buc-ee's. And so we got into the conversation, and it ended up being about the beaver nuggets. And so I had to order them because I find the name beaver nuggets very gross. I find it gross. But we're going to go with this. It's kind of like a Cheeto / a corn pop.
It's like a cheese doodle.
A cheese doodle.
We have our overtime that you can watch a little bit later. Skraby will put it up there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can watch the overtime. That is a lot more in-depth on the NFL playoff games. We're also going to have some highlights and a recap coming up in the 3 o'clock hour. So all the NFL stuff. A couple things we're not spending a lot of time with today, but we're going to get into a little of the Big Five, is the national championship game is set. Indiana and Miami. Almost said Indiana and Oregon, but bye-bye, Dan Lanning. I won't miss you. And the other thing, just real quick, there's only a handful of teams in the nation, schools in the nation. There's like 330-something Division I basketball programs, men and women, Tony. Only like 6 or 7 now where both the men and women's teams are undefeated in conference play.
Holla.
So kudos to the Aztecs. The guys played solid, not spectacular, but, Guath is starting to play better. They beat Fresno State handily. The women got
they had to dig deep.
They did. One of those games where you play an inferior team, but they're playing out of their mind.
They're playing up
out of their mind. And the kids were down 11 in the fourth quarter. Naomi Ponganiban is becoming a star, Tony. She would not let them lose that game. And she hit
she gave me chills when she hit that game
winner. 4.4 seconds left. So congrats to them. They're undefeated as well. All right, let's get to today's Big Five.
Oh, man, I really not. No.
Man.
Oh, my goodness. You're supposed to be ready. You're like,
you're
chomping at the bit.
You think, but that's all right.
Usually,
You know what we need to get
There
is
you
we
go.
need to get that Eagles kid that they interviewed after the game. I don't know if you saw
oh
that.
yeah, I saw that.
He was living at AJ Brown.
He said he wants AJ Brown and the offensive coordinator out.
Somebody
you got to find
he said
him.
someone's
Scrape.
going to be flipping burgers. is what
Petula.
he got.
Petula.
The kid was like 11 years old, but then he was livid.
That is the heart of
That
Philly
was the
right
Eagles.
there at 11.
Really?
That
Yes.
and the video I saw, unfortunate video I saw of Eagles fans throwing like full beers at 49er fans.
That's just stupid.
That's ridiculous.
You
Come
know
on,
why?
Philly
Because they're
fans. You're better than
expensive.
that.
Listen,
You're better than
Padre
that.
fans can relate to that. They
You're
know
better
they
than
know
that.
what that's like if you
You're
went to
better
Philly
than
during
that.
that 22 season.
Come on,
Yeah.
guys, I've been ready.
All right, go.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only,
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
the Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, before we get into it, I want to remind all of our biggest fan qualifiers out there, we are going to announce the name at 3:35 today, which is with the short show. So you will hear a name at 3:35. You can you have a chance to qualify for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a future Padres game with all of the staff, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggestfan in order to potentially have your name called. 3:35. Also, we are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. All right, as Chris said it,
Number 5.
national championship is set. Friday night's game between Indiana and Oregon was not much of a game. Indiana destroyed them. And so Indiana has
all you haters out there mad.
And there
Indiana,
are people hating on that.
yes,
now.
there are.
Everywhere.
Just
They're
making
coming out
up
of the woodwork.
lame excuses.
I'm
Yeah.
hearing that they somehow they cheated and they stole Oregon's playbook or something. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, if you have a
wow.
little proof, that would be nice to throw, in the argument.
Never mind that you got beat by a bunch of supposed 2- and 3-star athletes.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
get gaslit by your head coach all the time, your fan base is gaslit too.
That's not fair.
Because Dan Lanning does you know what?
I've
For
turned
a
the
guy
corner.
who talks
I've
a lot of
I've turned the
trash,
corner on Dan Lanning.
You're turning a
does-
little bit.
A little bit. The man can coach. He didn't get he got out coached that last game, but he
I
can
will
coach.
give it to you. He
and he
can
can
coach,
motivate.
and he
I
can
don't
motivate.
don't know that Bill Belichick wouldn't get out coached by this guy from
Hey,
Indiana
he's-
right now.
he's-
I mean, he's just on fire.
He's got motion right now.
He's
for sure.
rolling.
All right, so Indiana and Miami, an unlikely national championship, but I personally love it. Chris, do you like this matchup?
Well, I like Indiana being in there because, I mean, even though they're 15-0, I still think of them a bit of a Cinderella. Remember, no team's lost more college football games in history than Indiana. So they've come out of nowhere, and I do think it's interesting that people are starting to take shots at them now, and Kurt Cignetti and getting a lot of fifth-year seniors and too many veterans. I mean, come on. He's done it, like you said, Tony, with 2- and 3-star
It's
recruits.
hilarious when people play by the rules. People care
even if
all of
they're-
a sudden.
You know what? Even if they're pushing the envelope, so is every other team.
At
Come
the
on.
very least, they're
At the
pushing an
very
envelope.
right. So I don't know how you can get on Cignetti.
Sour grapes.
I love their team, and I'll tell you one thing: the U should not be completely overlooked in this game.
No, they should not.
I want to tell you something. The Indiana score was a blowout, but Oregon threw them a pick six on the first play of the game. Fumbled a sack on their own 1 or 2 yard line.
Yep.
Had a punt blocked at the 5 or 6 yard line. Those plays.
Special teams points right
My
there.
point is that Miami can stay away from that. They have a good enough defense to stay
For
in
sure.
the game. Miami's defense is still good. I think it's going to be a really good national championship game. It's in Miami. The quarterback from Indiana is from Miami.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good storylines.
It's a old school defense where it's
Yeah.
man to man on the outside,
Mhm.
and they're gonna try to rush the quarterback, and they do a very good job of it. Their offense isn't as sophisticated, I think, as Indiana's is. However, their defense is always close the gap. It should be a terrific game.
I think it should be a good game. Don't get overblown by the 56 points. I think Oregon contributed a lot to that.
I think the other thing I want to say is to go back to the 2- and 3-star recruits. It's a great example of what can happen. Even being a 2- and 3-star recruit, You can build yourself up to where you look the part of a 4 and 5 star. There's a bunch of those Indiana guys who have, although they're veterans, have had to work to get to the level that they are right now. And I think that's a great story in itself.
You know, my favorite player in Indiana, the wide receiver, number 80. I don't know his name. He gets no pub. All the other guys get and then when they throw him the ball, it's glue.
It's catch.
He
catch.
catches every pass. I think Indiana plays such a great game of football. You talk about mistake-free, penalty-free practically. This guy's coaching at a high level right now. Good for them.
He sure is.
Number 4.
The Bears were down 18 points. By the way, if you want to see me stand up for normal people everywhere and these guys defend Ben Johnson, go to the overtime video at 4 p.m.
By the way, Ben Johnson doubled down on his comments today.
He said what I said. He does not like the Packers. It's no different. It's no different if it was a Dodger Padre thing. You would certainly be on Ben Johnson's part.
Can I still say Mike Schultz? I guess if Craig Stammen stands up in the locker room next year when we beat the Dodgers in the playoff and says, "I hate the bleeping Dodgers," you're going to be going.
He won't.
Exactly.
100%. He
Exactly.
Won't. But
you know
if
why?
he did, you would be on here the next day
because
having his back.
Because Mike Schultz is a professional.
Oh, okay. Whatever. If he decided to be unprofessional for 5 seconds,
he would do it behind closed doors with no cameras.
Hey.
You can't do anything without any cameras
they
anymore.
Don't be in there. You would come on the very next day, unless it was a Saturday or Sunday, and be like, I loved it.
I loved it. He's my all-time favorite guy.
Say you would.
As Dickie V said,
say you would.
Zero class.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
Did we just answer the question?
No. It's not even about him, actually. The Bears were down 18 points, came back to win the game on Saturday night over their rival Packers. After the Bears won, the head coach handshake was icy at best as Ben Johnson kind of ran by LaFleur as Johnson reached out for a handshake. But really, this question is about Packers rookie safety Javon Bullard. Bullard. Made headlines with his blunt assessment of the Bears' performance in the rivalry. He said, bleep, quote, "It ain't bleep that they did, it's us." So that has the Bears and Bears fans angry. Tony, grave mistake for the rookie?
Yes.
These are comments will remember.
We don't want to hear from you when especially as a defender that had a 21-3 lead. Don't want to hear from you at all.
Yeah.
Like, take your L, be quiet, go home, get ready for the next season.
I don't mind somebody that blames himself for the loss.
But he
Justin
didn't blame
Herbert's
himself.
doing that today. A lot of guys.
No, he didn't do
But
that.
don't tell me that the other team didn't do squat. The Bears scored 25 points in the fourth quarter.
On your unit.
Is that right? 25 in the fourth?
They did.
Your unit.
Jeez.
It was 21-6 going to the fourth quarter.
At least let this come from an offensive player.
I also think an unsung hero in that game for the Bears was the defensive coordinator, Dennis Allen. I was about to obliterate the guy watching the first half because the Packers scored a touchdown every time they had the ball. And I thought, how can you be in the playoffs with this unit?
They literally scored
The first 4 possessions of the second half, the Packers ran 14 plays for 9 yards and punted 4 times. That's what allowed the Bears to get back in the game.
Yeah.
So give Dennis Allen. He made a lot of big adjustments that worked.
He did. Chris, grave mistake for the rookie.
Yeah, I think we hit on it. You're better off criticize yourself. Don't demean the other team.
Tyler has a great point about the whole handshake thing. Major League managers also don't make a habit of walking across the field to shake hands either. Different expectations than the NFL for some reason.
Yeah, but you know what? After football games, they all get on the field and you say good game to people. That's what you do.
Yeah, what's the problem?
No, he was saying that, like, you guys were saying Mike Schill, if he were to do that, like, managers don't shake hands after a game.
The comment wasn't about the handshake. It was about his comments in the locker room, which is what we were talking about.
Still, I think Tyler makes a great point.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking up for us, Tyler.
Appreciate it. He was sticking up for Skraby.
Yeah.
He was trying to.
Because Ben Johnson's a weirdo. Notre Dame coach Marcus Freeman is not going to be charged for an alleged battery following an altercation Saturday, January 3rd at his son's high school wrestling meet at Mishawaka High School in Indiana. Chris Flieger, the assistant coach of New Prairie High School's wrestling team, filed a police report last week, which has been turned over to prosecutors, and they had said, hey, he's not going to be charged. So basically, It occurred after Marcus Freeman's son Vinny lost his match, and while Marcus Freeman, his son Vinny, and Penn head coach Brad Harper were leaving the mat, Flieger allegedly exchanged words with them. Physical contact allegedly occurred between Freeman and Flieger as Freeman walked through a doorway. Once in the hallway, Flieger and Marcus Freeman's wife Joanna engaged in a shouting match before being separated by law enforcement officials and school officials. So Flieger filed a police report against Marcus Freeman.
This guy is off the chain.
And there's video evidence showing Marcus Freeman didn't do anything.
This is
so end of story, right?
Go ahead.
My question is, I don't know. I've looked everywhere. If Marcus Freeman was going to charge it, would you charge the guy back with something?
No, I would. I'm trying to move on with my life. This is a situation. You know, we used the word mark as it pertained to you
Marcus Freeman was the mark.
This guy perceived Marcus Freeman to be a mark.
Yeah, I'm going to get this guy to hit me.
He was trying to get him to hit him. Thankfully, Marcus Freeman had enough wherewithal to understand the assignment and what was going on. His wife took matters into her own hands by at least standing up, having a shouting match. But that wasn't how he wanted that to go.
No.
And you know that because he filed a report. I don't know. Maybe he didn't know it was being filmed, but clearly it was filmed. And this is
Marcus Freeman has his left hand in his pocket.
He knows what's
and the other one flicking a cigarette.
He knows what he
Get
knows.
It? Get it?
Yeah, I got
Alanis
you.
Morissette.
Wait, Marcus Freeman was flicking a cigarette?
No, Alanis Morissette, remember? Flicking a cigarette.
Based on a review of the evidence, the prosecutor's office said, while the evidence suggests that touching may have occurred, inadvertent touching is not sufficient to file a claim.
You mean bumping into each other in the hallway?
That sounds like a...
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. So the answer, Chris, would you charge this dude with something back?
Tony's right.
Just a waste for
You're gonna have
wasting
to
my
rise
time.
above it. You got to rise
this
above it.
is
You
a
don't
waste
want to
of-
waste any
this is
more
a
of
waste of your time.
Yeah, you don't want to waste any more time.
And now Flieger is going to be looked at as
you know what's going to happen to
faker
Flieger.
his
You know what's going to
entire
happen to Flieger.
He's not even the head wrestling coach. He's an assistant. Assistants are the bane of my existence, Tony.
I hope it doesn't happen to Flieger, but just know the way this society works. The public is going to get their hands on your information, my man, and it's going to be all bad.
Yeah, I don't.
Especially the
Notre Dame coach is
fans
going to have
are
a lot of support.
They're going to be looking for you, my man. So
I don't.
I hope it was worth it.
Doxing of anyone scares me because it's
100%.
very
But
dangerous.
that's
he deserves it. He's
I'm
the one
not
who did
saying
it.
I'm not deserving. I'm not saying he deserves it. I'm just saying that is how we move.
You don't want to get
moves
doxed?
out.
Don't try to get Marcus Freeman to punch you in the face.
Number 2.
That's a better way. I mean, I guess it's worth the pain having your nose broke or your eye socket busted.
Yeah. But then Marcus Freeman's in big trouble.
No, I'm saying I guess it's worth it for the person trying to get.
Have you ever had anybody try to get you to snap a little bit because of who you are?
For sure.
Okay. Yeah.
To many, there's one NFL TV play-by-play person who needs to hang it up.
By the way, neither Skraby nor I have ever had anybody try to incite us.
Try to get
Because
you
there's
there.
no money to get from us.
Yes, you can have my empty wallet, sir.
We can punch
Actually, I told
and
you
it won't
guys
cost
last
us
week.
anything.
I got like kind of mugged in San Francisco years and years and years ago when I was in college, but
Wait, what does kind of mug look like?
he pushed me up against the wall. Remember I told you this? He pushed me up against the wall and he said, "Give me your wallet." And I said, "You can have it. There's nothing in it." And he's like, "Really?" And he's like angry with me.
He was mad. He wasted his time on
I didn't have anything in my wallet. There's one NFL TV play-by-play person who needs to hang it up. Amazon announced that Al Michaels will be back for the 2026 season as their main announcer. Fans were not happy. Many called for Amazon to reconsider this position on Al Michaels.
Is that not funny to you guys that that's where we are? Where people can just like send notes in and letters, and you got to let this guy go.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Excuse me.
It's funny, too.
I'm answering ahead of time. There are 100 play-by-play announcers who are way worse than Al Michaels.
Al Michaels, I think, still has it.
He's still good enough.
And I like that he
Please.
complains about things that we're all thinking.
We're all thinking for sure.
Yeah, I think this is not fair.
Tony?
But you know, the thing is he makes a mistake once in a while because of the age thing, but people don't get it. I don't mind a mistake. What I mind is yelling and screaming on a 1-yard gain, Joe Tessitore.
Showtime. Joe.
And others.
Yeah, people don't think that he's excited enough, Chris, Al Michaels.
It's fine.
Tony, is it time for him to hang it up?
You know, I'm not into telling people when it's time to
Answer's
hang it
yes. Then
up.
Do you believe in miracles?
I think
That's all I'm gonna say.
he still has enough in the tank to
I
keep
agree.
going.
Agreed.
all right, guys, look at your sheet for number one. MLB.com put out a list of potential Hall of Fame players that we will see play in 2026. They started with the 4 locks: Verlander, Scherzer, Ohtani, and Soto. And then they had a section, quote, "They're clearly getting in." Do these guys clearly get in? Trout, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Aaron Judge, Francisco Lindor, Jose Altuve, Jose Ramirez, Manny Machado, Bryce Harper, Nolan Arenado. Tony, you're up first. Do all of those guys end up in the Hall of Fame? I was thinking that it was a little presumptuous to say they're clearly getting in.
I'm
we're
surprised
gonna have
Mike
to go the
Trout's
other.
not a guarantee.
He is. Oh,
No,
you mean
he's
the one
five.
before? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
He wasn't guaranteed.
I would say most of these guys get in.
Is there a name on there you don't like?
I have one.
I know where Chris is going.
There's none that I don't like, but Arenado is not a give me for me.
Okay.
He's going to get dinged because of the Colorado numbers. But I think Jose Altuve won't make it. I think people are going to hold it all against him.
But then
whether
you
he
see
did it or
you're
not.
saying he won't make it
He
due
won't
to
make
the
it.
other
Agreed.
non-baseball stuff.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's possible.
The rest of these guys are all Hall of Fame players, I think.
Yep.
Pretty sure.
All
I agree.
right. Good job, guys. That's it for the Big Five.
Break time, 1 hour to go. We're going to jam a whole bunch of stuff into that. So don't miss it.
Take it.
Welcome into the 3 o'clock hour. I guess it's technically the happy hour, since this is the last hour of the show.
Skraby's been happy since about 4:30 yesterday. Been all happy hour for him. Yeah,
You're late, man. That's got to be.
Well, you gotta be on it.
know it was coming,
ready.
actually.
I
Didn't
know.
know.
What do you mean you didn't
gotta
know
be
it was
ready.
coming? You just
gotta
play
be
it
ready.
anyway, don't you?
Instincts. There you go. That's better. What was I going to say? Steelers, Texans coming up. Very interesting.
Mike Tomlin's last game, according to a lot of Steeler fans.
That was the argument I was
If they
seeing
lose,
on the
he's
Reddit.
out.
Yeah, if they lose tonight, he's gotta go. But what if he wins? It's the same position next year.
But it's the same thing with John Harbaugh. He got fired because the kid missed the field goal, didn't he? I mean, if he
No.
makes the field, they
Well,
win the division. They're going
technically-
to fire him before the playoffs.
Technically, Andrews dropped the ball 1 year. I
Right?
mean,
Yeah.
there's
There's a
all of
lot of
his
things.
combined that
Yeah,
he
good point.
they've
The
been in
rumor
position.
mill is that John Harbaugh lost touch with the younger players.
All right, I've heard so much of that
there's
in the
just-
past.
I know the negative news factory is
Of
coming
course.
out.
You know,
Yeah.
there has. Oh, I guess there has been a hit piece on him already. Yeah, no,
Oh,
there
yeah,
was.
I read the hit piece.
It's usually how it goes. You
He
get
can't
fired.
identify or he can't talk to the younger
He
players.
He lost the locker room, and then there was a beef apparently between Monk and
always
the
something.
offensive
Always
coordinator. It's just a whole lot of
Yeah.
talk. What happens when you?
Sean
when you
McVay
lose.
has a great feel for the younger
Great
players,
rapport.
I'm sure. Yeah.
great
I'm
report.
sure he hangs out with and has
Sean McVay is as old as the
has
younger
Starbucks
players.
with some of those guys.
We do have a daily gambit. It was just Skraby and I on
Yes.
Friday. So
Yes.
why don't we waste
wait
no
to
more
hear
time
how you
and-
guys
and
did.
see how this went.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is a mortal lock.
Washington! Woohoo!
If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Tony and I made some bets on Friday, and here's how they went. Puka Nacua, over under 90.5 yards. Both of us went over. He had 111 yards. That dude is just a wrecking ball.
Did you?
No one can take him down.
Did you have
Who's
over under?
Puka?
Did you have over under a half drop touchdown passes for Puka?
Chris is like,
I don't
there
like
are
Puka.
certain people that
Well,
he just.
Puka did this to himself.
Oh, he
though.
did. Yeah.
He had.
He wasn't even on my radar until all that happened.
He
Yeah.
wasn't on
my
his
my
radar.
friend who's a diehard Rams fan, we went and watched the game. She thinks that Puka has hurt his team because they're not calling penalties now on the Rams.
Listen,
I know for the Rams.
I
I'm
know
saying.
referees are human beings, but in the same way, umpires are, they can fall victim to this.
Yes.
So can football.
I would
referees.
think it can happen. You're lying if you say that somebody saying hello to you and being nice to you before a
I'm
game
telling you,
might come into play. You're
I'm
not
telling
trying
you.
to give them a call,
no.
but you're a person.
Yeah, if
You
someone,
know,
if I
just the
see
way it
someone in
goes.
the hallway and they say hi to me, I'm much more likely to go look for them
Probably.
later if
Probably.
over someone who just ignored me. Caleb Williams over under 212.5 passing yards. Tony and I went over. He was well over. He had 361.
He wasn't well over till the fourth quarter.
I was doing these last night during the Patriots and Chargers. So what did Drake May have? I forgot to go get this one. Doodle-doo. Drake May. And now all of a sudden the internet is slow.
The internet's always slow.
We're not bailing you out.
May, 268 yards. Tony and I said under. We were both
Be
wrong.
prepared,
With that-
Scrappy. You have one segment to do. Come
I
on.
was prepared. I just didn't check that
Apparently
one.
not.
Aaron Rodgers, we can't review the bet because it didn't happen yet. So I
Okay.
don't know what I was thinking on Friday. And then Tony and I bet on who would score the first touchdown in the game between the 49ers and the Eagles. Tony said Jalen Hurts. I said CMC.
Neither
DeMarcus
of them.
Robinson was
Yeah.
the answer.
Thank you, DeMarcus.
Yeah.
For
What drunk tank did they get him out of
Oh,
in time?
my
Well, I asked you about him before the
goodness.
game. You said, well, he's been been
Well,
pulled
no,
over
he was
for alcoholism
he
like
was-
9 times.
No, he was for alcoholism.
What was it?
He was suspended at the end of, or he got a
Skraby
DUI
must have
last
put
year.
that little blurb in your ear.
He
Drunk
did.
tank.
Yeah.
No, he
what
asked
was
him
it?
where I said earlier in the year he was suspended
for-
because he got a
for
DUI
alcohol.
with the
Yeah,
Rams.
A lot of DUIs.
But he did his stuff and he's back and he's been
Oh, you love
quiet.
him now.
And
Of
he's
course
helping
you
his
love him
team.
now.
He's all
yeah,
for
Of
it.
course you love him now.
I love redemption stories. As a guy who is a recovering alcoholic, I love redemption
Yeah.
stories.
Sure you do.
All right.
He looked good catching that touchdown. Very sober.
He was surprising to me. I wasn't really keeping an eye on that guy. He came up with a big game.
Yes.
All right, we ready
Yep.
for tonight?
Uh-huh.
New week.
Uh-huh.
All right, we got 38.5 points tonight, over under. Not very many. By way of comparison, the first 5 games have been an average of 46.5. And that's including the Charger-Patriot game. There have been some high scores so far. Skraby, you went first last week, so you don't get to go first. I'm going to say over. I think this has all the makings of a 13-10 game until about the fourth quarter, and then, gets a little crazy. So I'm going to go over. 38.5 is not much. Tony.
I'm gonna say under.
He's going to stay under anyway, okay? Scrape?
Judging by how cold those guys look on TV and
Is
the
it freezing?
wind,
Oh my God, they look miserable.
I'm gonna go with under as well.
That might be good
Swagoo
news.
doesn't have other than his face, nothing else is touching the air.
And he's putting his hands in his pocket.
Who's that, Travis Kelce?
No, Jason Kelsey.
Jason, yeah. He doesn't look like he's ever been in the cold before. Nico Collins, minus 15 receiving
And
yards.
let me tell you something. I'm sure it's one thing to be on that field with a bunch of adrenaline,
Yeah.
but then doing this right here.
I'm still amazed at how many guys just don't bother putting sleeves on.
I am.
Doesn't seem like it's that much of a problem.
I watched what's the really good safety for the Chargers?
Derwin James.
James. This dude was out shirtless, and having regular conversations, and not tensing up, just
Is that intimidating to the other team? I mean, I think he
It's-
thinks
I think
it
it's
is.
more of
it's
a-
a personal mental thing.
That and it's how they have those cold those what are they called, cryo chambers or whatever,
Yeah, no,
it's
a
good
little
for
bit
your
of that.
body.
It's a little bit
It's
of
good
that,
for your
I'm
body.
sure.
I'll say one thing about Derwin James. I'll take him over what I see with the Dolphin guys when they go out on the field before a cold game. They're all wearing, parkas. All right, Nico Collins minus 15 yards receiving against DK Metcalf.
Ooh.
Tony.
DK
Collins gets the edge here. I'm
DK
surprised.
has crazy playoff.
He's got great numbers.
best ever.
Best
112 average over 3 games.
I'm gonna take DK.
DK, and he's back from suspension. He's got something to prove. Scraby.
That's what I'm thinking. I feel like he thinks he let his team down by being suspended those 2 weeks, and he's gonna make up for it. DK.
Collins is underrated. Let's start there.
He is.
But I'm going to go DK also. I think Houston plays that really tight, aggressive, attacking, and I think DK can slip behind them for a long one somewhere along the line. All right, CJ Stroud minus 20 against Aaron Rodgers. Passing yards. Again, they go with the Texan quarterback. Scraby, minus 20. You want the old fella?
I
minus 20?
don't because
You're going
Aaron Rodgers.
CJ?
We made a completions bet on Friday because Aaron Rodgers is usually 23 for 34 and 202 yards.
Well, they're going to have to get the ball out of his hands. They know that.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with
You're gonna
Stroud
go
in this case.
Stroud minus 20.
That was a pretty good little headline. Pretty good.
Yeah,
No.
that's right, baby.
Why would you say no?
Because they showed they had that.
No, I just wanted him to play his thing again.
And I got it.
He was there that time.
And I got it.
I'm going to say Stroud also. I think your analysis is pretty good, Scrape.
Thank
A
you.
lot of short passes by Rodgers tonight. Tony, yeah, you love the old fella.
No, not for this
Not
bet,
for this
though.
one. You're going Stroud. All right. Lakers minus 9.5 at Kings.
A little kerfuffle between these two teams.
Was it what happened after the game?
So
What's his name? Chases Doncic into the and starts to punched him or tried to punch him after the game.
The ruling said he attempted to
Who was the
strike him.
guy? The
What was my man who left all that money on the table for the Lakers a couple years back?
Schroeder.
Schroeder.
Oh, I did see that.
He there was some back and forth. There's video of
Well, Luka told him you should have taken the contract.
There's
during
video
the
of
game.
Luka told him.
Like Luka,
You
that's
should have
pretty funny.
You should have signed. Yeah, you should have signed that
and then Schroeder
contract.
tries to punch him after the game, and Luka's like, "What? What?"
And also,
Luka starts
is
it
it
every
Schroeder?
time.
It's Schroeder.
Schroeder is
yeah.
way shorter than Luka, so we have
He
a
is.
hard time
But
getting.
he wanted all the smoke apparently because he found him in the hallway after the game.
Wow.
Apparently, the big man for the Lakers, the new big man, tried to pull him away, but the league said he attempted to strike, and of course, Schroeder got on X
Twitter, X,
and
yeah.
said that he put in quotes tried to strike and put the laughing emojis to insinuate I didn't try. I did.
He's trying to say he did.
He did. That's
well,
what
he got a
saying.
3-game suspension, I think,
He
for
lost some money
trying
for
or
it.
whatever.
I
He's
think
not playing
that's
tonight.
some underrated trash talk by Luka.
Very
Some
strong.
underrated
Strong to quite
because you
strong.
know that probably bothers
And he said
him.
it twice. He said it while they were on the line, and then in between the timeout, he's looking into their bench, telling them, "Hey, should have signed that contract."
That's hilarious.
I mean, you know what? I would get
I
on Luka
appreciate
for initiating this, but I mean, Larry Bird,
Oh,
every one of
greatest
these
of all
guys,
time.
the greatest players ever, they all trash talk, and so you just got to handle
Listen,
it.
I as I best heard it, trash talking is a weapon meant to get under your skin and get you off your game.
And it only works against players that aren't good enough to handle
Exactly.
it. Larry Bird could handle it. I'm going Lakers now tonight because Luka's going to be motivated. Tony,
Lakers.
are you going Lakers?
Lakers.
I'm sure.
Lakers.
How about Kawhi -1 against LeBron? This is points, rebounds, assists. Kawhi is playing Charlotte tonight. If Kawhi plays, you never know. And Tony, you're up. Kawhi -1, points, rebounds, assists versus LeBron. Separate games.
Going Bron.
Going with LBJ, who's now given himself a number 23 patch on his jersey to celebrate 23 years in the league.
Wait, he
did
gave
that?
himself a patch?
That's
Did
what I
he-
read.
Did he sew it on and
I
everything?
think he designed it. And
I
the
gotta
whole
see
thing.
this.
I don't know. I read this.
NBA is they're pretty sticklers
Yeah.
on this kind of stuff. I gotta see this.
Scraby?
I'll go with Kawhi because of the patch story.
Patchgate.
Patchgate.
I'll go with Kawhi also. One hockey one. Colorado minus a goal and a half over Toronto. Colorado is now 33-4-7. They're on
Whoops.
pace for 7 or 8 losses, which could be a new NHL record this year. Scraby,
Colorado -1.5. I'm gonna go with Colorado.
at home, Colorado. Tony, anything? Toronto, do you want to go the loafs? The maple loaves? Or as Scraby calls them, the maple leaves.
Maple Leaves.
Yeah,
And
do you
that
want to go with
upsets
the
everybody.
leaves?
That upsets everybody.
Give me the Avalanche.
Colorado, we got to take a break, check traffic. Coming back, Gwynn and Chris.
Traffic will be at the end of the break.
Okay.
All right.
Looking for slam dunks?
19. Hello. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Coming up in about 20 minutes, we'll announce today's biggest fan. We'll also have highlights and a recap of the weekend's NFL playoff games. I can't imagine Skraby was able to find any 49er highlights, so we'll probably have to skip over that game, but we will get to the rest of them.
I did 30 minutes of searching to find the reverse highlight. That was called by the 49ers
play.
guys.
It was a hell of a play. Come to find out, even though Kyle Shanahan is getting all the love, it wasn't his call. The offensive coordinator suggested the play. Kubiak, yeah. Give credit to Shanahan. He accepted the idea.
You know what I think about often
and
watching?
Give Preston to McCaffrey. He made a hell of a catch.
Yes, he did.
Do you know what I think about often when I'm watching like head coaches, especially ones like Vrabel who are like bigger dudes and they get excited? Ben Johnson, we saw him fall on his ass during the
Vrabel got bloody lip at the end of the game, hugging his
especially
guy.
Cold, like football players, especially with their equipment on, they just kind of, and I think it's just because the equipment is what it is, they're kind of oblivious to spatial awareness around them, especially for people, because most of the people they're around all have the same equipment on. But the coaches oftentimes are excited enough to that they end up bloody.
You don't want to hug an NFL player. They got a lot of stuff that can do damage. Yeah.
And I felt for Vrabel because not only did he get his lip busted, but it was freezing.
I also think Vrabel
he probably loved it too. Yeah.
By the way, we haven't hit Skraby up on that one. We've hit him on everything else today.
Yeah, Vrabel.
But the old Vrabel can't coach. Here's the thing. ESPN did ask today in one of their articles reviewing the games, is it fair to say the Patriots still haven't beaten a good team this year?
I think it is.
And the answer was, it might be fair. The Chargers were not very good last night.
I think it is fair.
The Patriots
now, that all comes to an end now, though, right?
I would think, I don't know, they could draw the Steelers
and
next.
Because they're the 2 seed.
Yeah.
They lost to the Steelers at home earlier in the year.
5-turnover game.
I would
don't think
still
that'll
say
happen
that
again.
if they play one of these two teams, they still have beat a team on their.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to win a couple more to give Vrabel off the schneid.
He's already off the schneid in terms of how I feel about it.
Right.
But for
other people are saying the Patriots have just been lucky on the schedule.
I was walking around with Lucky earlier thinking, how am I going to handle this today? And I'm just going to be quiet now. They're still alive in the playoffs. I can't talk trash, so I'm just not.
You did say they weren't going to win a game.
I said they weren't. They were one and done.
You said they basically means
the thing is to me, the Patriots are obviously they're not having they've had one of the easiest schedules of all time. But it's funny. I did read about it. One of the other easiest schedules of all time that they were comparing it to, of all teams, was the 72 Dolphins.
The 16
who, if you go back, did have a weak schedule. Obviously went 17-0 and are now enshrined as one of the greatest teams in the history of the sport.
They are indeed.
So, to me, if you go 4-13, followed by 14-3, you got to give your coach at least. But Tony, I'll talk to you. You got to give your coach some love for that. Skraby, don't comment.
Yeah, no, you definitely.
The guys made a 10-game improvement.
Your team sucked last year.
They were terrible.
So for you to come in and in year one have this team playing the way they are,
Skraby, nothing. I can't change your mind.
No, I can't say anything. I'm not allowed to talk trash anymore because he did something I said he wouldn't do. So. Twice.
So where do the Chargers go from here, guys? Real quick. I mean, Harbaugh's not going anywhere. Herbert's not going anywhere.
They need some outside help.
Unfortunately, Spanos is not going anywhere.
They need some outside help.
I mean, do they have to get a receiver and like 3 or 4 offensive linemen? That's a lot to ask.
You'd like to have a quarterback as talented as Justin Herbert, as much time upright as possible. Because if you protect, he can get you the ball, but that was the thing, as you pointed out earlier. There was a lot of plays where he went first option, second option.
He was actually getting
third
protection.
option,
Guys just weren't open.
But nobody was open. And so that, to me, was the biggest issue in yesterday's game. Because, listen, when you get to this time of year, you're going to see some pressure at some point. You're not going to be able to keep a guy upright the entire game. But when he did have time, there was no one open. And it's not all the time. It's not often that it's that obvious that he's going through his checklist. But it seemed like every time he went back and had time, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. No one's open. What am I going to do?
Smash. Yeah, I stuck up for Tua against Herbert for as long as I could. But at least, like, Tua doesn't even get past his first read. He just panics and falls down. So I think anybody that picks up Tua next year is going to be really making a mistake. And I've no one's liked him or stuck up for him longer than I have, but I don't think physically he's capable. So we'll see where that goes. But anyway, the game's next week. Because the NFL is not, everybody doesn't have it all memorized the way we do. Saturday.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
I brought this up for this reason. Yeah, Saturday it's going to be Buffalo and Denver.
Ridiculous.
And it's also going to be 49ers Seahawks. Sunday is going to be Rams Bears, and then Patriots hosting them. Well, he has a reason.
Chris is behind me on
I
this.
hate to agree with Skraby on this. The Rams and Bears are going to play next Sunday. They haven't given the times of the games yet, but we know that that's Sunday. Why? The Rams and Bears both just played on Saturday. So why not have their game next week be on Saturday also? The 49ers played Sunday.
And Bills.
And the Bills also played Sunday, and now they're asking both of them to play in a short week. I don't think that's fair, and I'm not trying to cry for the Niners. I just don't think it's fair.
Did it just work out this way, or is it the norm that if you played on Sunday the first week, you play on Saturday?
I don't think it's the norm at all.
That just worked out that way?
They chose this.
They choose
the NFL.
Well,
I know the NFL is picking the schedule.
There's something going on behind the scenes here, because all 4 games don't have TV networks yet attached to them. So I
think
believe
they're bidding.
Oh,
You
they're
think
there's some
money?
bidding and jockeying for who gets what game. What game's going to be the Saturday night primetime game. But in doing all of that, to me, the NFL just shouldn't announce the games yet. Wait until the jockeying is done. And if at all possible, I think it's fair to the 49ers and Bills to put them on Sunday. I just do. They should get a straight up regular week. And the Rams and Bears should play Saturday since they just played Saturday. That, to me, makes sense. And I don't like when things don't make sense.
However, if there is an advancement, maybe your team gets the extra day the following.
Then you get it the next week. Yeah,
the following week.
I think the 49ers would rather have the week out the day now.
I have to believe that there is some rhyme or reason behind this. I would love to know what that is, though.
I would like to know all the jockeying that's going on.
Kyle Shanahan begged the NFL, not begged.
Yeah,
asked the NFL.
Is that newsworthy? Is that news that he begged them?
No, he didn't beg them, but he asked the NFL to put them on Sunday.
Well, we're still sitting here right now. This is a day after all the games except for tonight, and we know who tonight's game plays at New England, and none of the games have been scheduled yet for next week.
Come on, Athletic. I want to know what the reason is behind
There's something happening here. I hope somebody breaks that story, because you know what? It's not going to be me. I'm not going to break that story, but I'd like to see what it is.
All right. Oh, it's not my turn.
All right. All the highlights and one last run through the NFL playoffs when we come back. If you just tuned in, I guess the 49ers won, and we're going to have to pay some tribute when the show continues.
Coming up on Tuesday.
that doesn't call a penalty against your team stick it to you? That's what I want to know.
Maybe that was the trade-off. But they did call a penalty, and the penalty wasn't an actual penalty.
Well, there you go, even further, right? Shouldn't even have been one.
It seems
We're doing some research here on this.
Yes.
And yeah, we're unofficial, but it looks like the number 1 seed team with a bye always plays the divisional games on Saturday.
Yeah.
Which is why the 49ers are playing the Seahawks on Saturday.
That
seems to be the answer, although we can do some
We've
further
we've gone 3 years back.
I think it's probably the answer.
We haven't got to the other
I
three.
think that's probably the answer.
Real quick. Have we shouted out our lovely studio, this Bill House
Yes,
studio
we have.
All right, good.
Yes.
You know, just in case you didn't.
We know how.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just so you
We
know.
know how.
PGA. I got to give them some credit on this.
You're
at
giving them
least.
credit here, huh?
I'm giving them credit from the standpoint of not being petty. They could have been very, very petty in
I would have
dealing
been
with
petty. Stick it to Brooks
No, you
Koepka and all these guys that took the
took the money. Yeah,
They took the bag, and then they should pay a penalty.
They're coming on back with the hands open.
They're bringing them right back.
And
yeah.
the PGA has said yes, we will gladly take you back. We covered it last week. Brooks Koepka had asked to be reinstated. Didn't he have to do something along those lines, right, for the PGA Tour?
Yes.
How about give some of your money back or donate it to charity or something?
No, they didn't ask him to do
not
that.
happening.
They brought him on in. Brooks Koepka will indeed be here in his next tournament, huh?
Yeah, Farmers Insurance
Farmers
Open.
Insurance Open.
Which,
This is
I'm gonna
probably is this the biggest name was on that list right now?
I think it's
I
bigger
would
than
say so.
Harrison English, the defending champ.
I would
but I
say
would say
so.
Koepka's bigger. I'm going to go out and cheer for Brooks. You want to go out with me, Scrape? Walk
Your guy?
Thursday? Cheer for Brooks?
I told you guys I have changed.
He's come around.
Get
on
out of
Brooks.
here.
Brooks
I'm not
has
going to let you
gotten
cheer
older.
for him.
I've gotten older. You know, things are a little bit different. But I knew this was going to happen when we talked about this last week.
I gotta say that I recall you saying this way far back that Brooks Koepka would end up coming back at some point.
Yeah.
It was a lot sooner than I thought, though, I must say.
Yeah.
He lasted how many years on Live?
Maybe
2
three
seasons?
The good news for the PGA and for just golf fans everywhere is that apparently DeChambeau is not far behind. And there's a few others.
The max exodus of Live is happening.
That's my point. So if you're going to do the exodus, then Liv's going to collapse, is it not?
Yeah,
I mean,
for
how
sure.
are they going to make it with no star
Well,
players?
John Rahm is all by himself. He's like, man, I make
And he
so
was
much money.
the
John
funny
Rahm would be
thing
like,
was-
I won again.
The funny thing was
He was
the one that resisted the most, and he's going to be the one that the last one to leave.
And then they were like, hey, here's like $600 million or something.
And they were still getting paid that kind of coin. But
This is what we need.
yeah,
We got Charlie on tomorrow, so we'll
Yeah,
get
Charlie-
can't wait to ask Charlie
And you
about
know
it.
what? I bet you his answer is
He's
we
gonna
are happy to have Brooks Koepka
what I
back.
have noticed about Charlie when it comes to the whole Live PGA,
He always wanted everybody to get what they can get.
He wants that, but he also makes sure he doesn't burn any bridges. And so I'd expect his answer to be somewhere within those lines.
Well, and he also loves the PGA Tour, and he knows it's great for the PGA Tour.
He's
so
on the PGA Tour.
He's
of
probably
course.
willing to put that aside to
I'm
let
sure
Brooks
he
come
is.
back.
I'm sure he is. 'Cause
Yeah.
it got salty there at the beginning of the Exodus to Live. It doesn't feel like we're dealing with the same
Charlie kept
temperature
us
anymore.
calm the entire time.
He did. He was one of. He seemed like he was
He
one
was
of
a
the
voice
few.
of reason.
Yes, he was a voice of reason.
So let's get some traffic.
Oh, biggest fan.
Ooh,
This new time
good
is really messing with me.
Biggest fan today will go to Faye Gutierrez of Chula Vista. Give us a call within the next 10 minutes, 833-288-0973, and you'll qualify for our grand prize, 20 tickets for you and a friend for a night in our Odyssey suite at a Padres game with all the fan staff later this season, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Remember to register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. Faye Gutierrez is on the clock. Let's check some traffic. And then I think we have to give some love to the 49ers. Is that what
Not
we're doing?
right away. We
Okay,
have
we're
other
gonna-
games, luckily, to talk about.
Fair enough.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Plenty of stuff to keep you on your toes this afternoon. Got this crash on southbound 805 before La Jolla Village Drive. It's in the center divide. Then in the South Bay, accident south 805 before Orange Avenue. Several vehicles over to the right shoulder. Also on the Garnett on-ramp to southbound 5, we're getting reports of some glass and other debris in the roadway. Further south on the 5 before the 163, reports of a stalled cart in the second lane from the left. In El Cajon East, 8 before West Main Street, we have reports of some sort of plywood in the left lanes. And northbound 15 near Poway Road, stalled motorcycle in the center divide. New year, new goals. Start with your card. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, a fast oil change, and essential maintenance checks help keep you moving into the new year. Check it off your list. Visit SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, ready when you are. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hit me with some football. We talked about it right at the beginning of the show, but we'll say it's worth saying again. The NFL is king. Whether you want to believe it or admit it or not,
They deliver.
And the reason they delivered. And they did it again.
Year.
Every game was great. So, Chargers missed out on the party. First game, Saturday. Wasn't supposed to be good, but it was. Carolina and the Rams. Rams jumped out 14-0. Puka scored 2 quick ones, and it looked like ball game. And I give the Panthers a lot of credit. They battled back. They fought back. I think the Rams, I don't know, you think they took them lightly, Tony, or just were a little arrogant about it? Or?
I think Carolina came in with a bunch of confidence, being that they had beat them once already.
Yeah.
And that kept them in the ball game until Big Dog had to make a big throw.
Yeah, Stafford had to pull the game out because Bryce Young had led Carolina into the lead in the fourth quarter. Crazy. Bryce. Go get him, Bryce. Show me what you got, Bryce.
Sorry, I was on the phone with our biggest fan. Faye did call in. So.
Good for Faye. Now,
right.
stop interrupting us, Faye. We got a show to do here.
Poor Faye. We called her name. And
I know. I'm just giving her a hard time.
Trips left. 3rd and 3 from the 7. Widest is McMillan with Durant up there. Snap to Young, looking left, lobbing it that direction. Back of the end zone. Touchdown, Coker! At the far left back pylon. He hugs it down to the ground. And the Panthers have erupted the Queen City of North Carolina. It's 30-27.
That was a great pass.
I
cannot believe he threw it from where he did over the defender's head. And what do they call that? The dime, or drop it in the bucket.
Yeah.
But the sideline, the corner of the end zone
There was
right there.
very little space to drop
What
it in
a
that
throw
bucket.
that
He's come a
was.
long way, man, in the,
That was
2
something.
years that he's been in the league.
Yeah.
And whoever Jalen Coker is,
3.
whoever Jalen Coker is, somebody's going to draft him in fantasy next year. 9 for $134 and a touch. But Matt Stafford had the last laugh.
Yeah, he did.
For those who wanted an upset. Stafford ruined that party.
From the 19, it's a first down. Out of the shotgun, Stafford looking down the middle, launching to the right side. A reaching grab at the pylon. Parkinson hauls it in. Oh, man. Colby Parkinson.
I
You're
guess
going to tell us
good
it was a touchdown?
As good as
it took a little bit for the referee.
Well, then tell us.
As good as the throw was,
The catch.
catch was way better.
and the footwork
footwork.
on the sideline, I don't know that there are very many that could have pulled that off.
That was
Does
a
anybody
professional
else think
play.
about when you see them toe tapping on site?
I
Fred
mean,
Flintstone move?
you start hearing, we hear the word catch radius. I mean, that ball was thrown like outside of his opposite way.
I don't
in
even
which
think
he
it was that
running.
great of a pass. They said it was a great pass. I think he put it where only his guy could get it.
Right.
But it was a great
The
catch.
hands and the footwork. Whew.
Rams 34, Panthers 31. Rams are headed to Chicago because Saturday night I got on the plane back home, and it was from Utah, Tony. It was 21-3. The Packers were running up and down the field. I saw no way the Bears.
And then the Bears did nothing to win that game, apparently.
Yeah. I thought the Bears could come back on offense. I just didn't think the Bears could stop
Yeah.
them. But all of a sudden they stopped them. And then the Packers how do you blow the lead and then go back up by 11 and blow it again?
Yeah.
They did.
I mean, how often do you see in the playoffs, and I feel like we see it often, a team make that second half adjustment and look completely different than they did? I mean, and this was for the Rams too. They moved the ball all game long in that first half, and then whatever adjustment the Panthers made allowed them to get back in the game. It's the same thing that the Bears did.
The Bears also did a fourth quarter adjustment on offense. They had 25 points in the fourth quarter, capped off by this.
1:48 to go. Clock stopped. 1st and 10. Caleb in the gun. Swift to his left. Burden and a bunch sent to the left side numbers. Snap back, 4-man rush. Caleb with a double move. Throw down left side like DJ Moore inside the 5. End zone. Touchdown. Touchdown Bears.
For all the complaining I did about Ben Johnson, that was a brilliant play call.
Listen, I was going to say, this is why I enjoy football. Like, they have been setting that play up for like 3 quarters where they kept throwing him that quick little out or that quick little slant. This time they faked the slant, and my man had been jumping it all game long. That's why it wasn't there. Just all right, we're just gonna keep doing this. And when the moment you least expected it, boom, they run the double move. He's wide open. I thought for a second my man Moore was gonna miss it. Because he threw it because he couldn't really use his hands to catch it. Yeah, I was like, oh, he got it.
The Bears, you say however we want to say it, the Bears have been the Broncos of the NFC this year. They've found a way to win every single close game, and who's to say they can't win another couple? Yep. I know the Rams are favored already by 4 points in that game, but don't sleep on Chicago. All right, on to Sunday we go, and first game up, Buffalo at Jacksonville. I thought Jacksonville made just a mistake in this game. I think a lot of people have said it. They were running up and down the field. Etienne was going for 9, 10, 12 yards
Chunk
a pop.
runs.
And I just think
he got away from it.
They could have kept the ball away from Josh Allen also and kept going up and down the field. But what they did is they turned it into Trevor Lawrence versus Josh Allen.
You're not winning that.
And I think Trevor's good, but you're not going to win that, right?
I think any game plan against the Buffalo Bills needs to be in the same ilk that it is for Patrick Mahomes. Part of that game plan is never letting him touch the ball or limiting the amount of times he gets to have the ball in his hand. In order to do that, you got to run the ball. When you're getting chunk runs, like the Jags were,
keep doing
it. Don't let that. Anytime you let him on the field, you are putting your team at jeopardy.
Josh Allen let him down the field twice. By the way, the Bills voted against the tush push last year. And they went 4 for 4 on it in the fourth quarter, including a 10-yard tush push.
The last touchdown. I mean, almost touchdown. They literally pushed him. My man picked him up and carried him for 11 yards.
Lori watched that and she goes, "That's ridiculous." And I agree with her. They got to stop this.
You should not be able to push past.
I'm all for the tush push being the line of scrimmage, and you're getting pushed
picking the guy up and carrying him down the field.
Carrying him on the field, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I mean, all you have to do now is you do the fake field goal, get a big couple of linemen to go pick up the kicker
and just run him across
the field.
That would be funny.
Stupid.
Passing him around.
That would be hilarious.
The Bills
hook and ladder with the kicker.
They actually throw the kicker.
Yeah.
The Bills finally got a little defense at the end to wrap it up.
So it's 59, but no timeouts, down by 3, in the playoffs, season on the line for Jacksonville.
Sorry, I put a little too much
Buffalo has
in
fought back after a 9-play, 66-yard drive to get the lead. What does Trevor Lawrence have left?
Sure why this
Shotgun snap on first down. Bills rush 3. Over the middle, throws to Clinton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Cole Bishop on the deflection, and Buffalo is going to be able to walk out of Jacksonville with a playoff win.
I can't remember the young man's. He's not a young man anymore, but the corner who deflected that pass was the original. Was on the Buffalo Bills when they started to ascend. When Josh Allen first got, he was their best corner. He had dealt with some injuries. He was money all game, especially in the second half. He was coming off of zone reads, deflecting balls that he had no business being in the. I think it was late in that game. They had no chance for a touchdown. He deflected the pass before that drive there, and they had to settle. But kudos to the Bills, man. They did enough to win that game.
I want to thank James Cook for waiting for the playoffs to get 51 yards because I didn't need him. Parker Washington looks like a pretty good guy for next year for Jacksonville. One last thing. Buffalo goes to Denver. What has Denver been doing this year?
Winning a lot of close
every
games.
close game. What does Josh Allen do? He wins every close game. I don't know that Denver's going to be able to do it because Josh Allen's going to win in the end. He always does.
I hope our favorite head coach has a game plan of running the football with his quarterback
away from him.
Because if you man, I would hate to have to deal with him in altitude too.
Josh Allen doesn't care about altitude or snow or any of that.
Quite a few years up
Wyoming
in
is even higher than Denver.
Exactly.
Josh Allen's going to be a beast to deal with at
He's
this
gonna be
point.
trouble.
He got through that first game. Look out. All right, then we had the night game, right? Was the last game on the schedule?
No, there's one more. There's one more.
Huh?
There's one in between the night games.
You sure the Chargers didn't play that last game?
No, there was a game in the middle
I went
of
straight
the day.
from the Buffalo game to the Charger
game.
Yeah,
I
I don't remember another game. I went to do my laundry and some things. What happened?
You went and did your laundry.
I actually was doing my laundry, but not even a joke. All right, the Bang Bang Niners and the Eagles.
The Bang Bang Gang, as Chris said last year.
The Bang Bang Gang. I'm trying to give as much love as I can to the 49ers. They deserve it because they've overcome so much injury. You have to give them that due. You're not paying attention if you don't. But I do think a lot of this had to do with the Eagles' dysfunction. I don't know what happened to the Eagles this year. Pretty much the same team. They lost that Super Bowl shuffle, though, Tony. They did not have what it takes. And A.J. Brown, to me, was the kind of the poster child for it. So I don't know.
I think sometimes when you're winning this often, it becomes boring sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
I wish I had to find out.
They went to a Super Bowl and lost. They went back to a Super Bowl and won. And it seemed like the closer, or I should say after season 2, just the noise just never ended all season long. There was something every week, it felt like.
Yeah. Brock Purdy is I keep reminding myself that he was the last player taken in the draft. He looks like he belongs.
That's so good.
He's good. McCaffrey had, for him, a bad game, which meant he only scored 2 touchdowns. One of them was really the play of the weekend, I thought. Here it is.
Brock Purdy under center. He's got Christian McCaffrey behind him. Sky Moore in motion. It's a trick play. They give it to Moore. Now flip to Juwan Jennings. End around. Jennings throws it to McCaffrey. And he's got it. McCaffrey got it for the touchdown.
Okay, so let me.
What was the horn for?
The only home highlight I could find was on some guy's YouTube channel,
so
and he puts the drain in there.
Okay.
I could not figure it out, but I just looked this up. Juwan Jennings, it's not just, okay, hey, you can throw the ball. He was rated higher in high school than Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Sam
they've done
Darnold.
this with him in the past. He threw
Because
one
he
in the
threw,
Super Bowl,
he threw one
didn't
in the Super Bowl. So he's not just a wide receiver.
No, the Eagles fell for it. The timing on it was right, and McCaffrey bailed it all out.
He did.
Because it was a great catch. If he doesn't twist around, then it goes for naught.
And Juwan Jennings got absolutely leveled.
I didn't see
after
that
he threw
even.
it, and they called roughing the passer, which is kind of weird to do on a wide receiver.
I tell you what,
roughing the wide
watching
receiver.
Juwan Jennings play a full game, he seems to get the ire of the other team.
I
all
told
the
Chris
time.
does not like
before the
him.
game.
I mean, his helmet. At
Every
the
time
end,
there's a fight, he's in the middle of
he's
it.
in the middle.
Every time.
Man didn't even care he was getting a 15-yard hands in the face penalty. He just popped that helmet right on off.
I mean, really, the Eagles, you should win almost every NFL game when you're +2 in turnovers. And the Eagles were +2 in turnovers.
This guy right here?
They just did not come
Danielle
through.
Hunter. He's
like doing basketball moves and
we're getting ready for the game tonight. Anyway, credit to the Niners, man. They live on with a patchwork team. Even Skraby says they are patchwork. But you said something right earlier. John Lynch deserves a lot of credit because all the guys he signed to this team are coming through now.
This is
good for him.
This is when you find out how much depth you really
The
have.
seventh linebacker of the year led the team in tackles yesterday.
Well, that's what you got to get. One last game. It was the Chargers and the Pats. There was not much in the way of highlights, especially for the Chargers.
I searched.
And this is what happened most of the night for the Chargers right here.
They're going to go for it now, Rack, on 4th down.
Yeah, and I think this is the right decision
here.
Just understanding how important Herbert ends up.
Let's see.
Fast forwarding.
5:25 to play first quarter. Herbert out of the gun. Taps his foot once. Leans forward. Taps his foot again. Vidal in the backfield. Takes the snap. Rolls the pocket to the right. Throws on the run. And it's incomplete. Gonzalez deflected it. It was intended for Keenan Allen.
And who would have thunk it that was like their last opportunity?
That would have
to
put them
score?
ahead 3-0, actually, but they chose to go for it. I don't blame them. Most teams have been going for it. What'd you say? There was 26 times this weekend.
13
teams went on
for 26
down?
for teams going on fourth down. The Bears
50%.
went for it 6 times, and they didn't get it 4
But teams
times.
were going for the
You know,
fourth
when they did
down.
get it though, I think it was both on that last drive. They got both of their fourth down conversions.
Yeah, the fourth downs are a big deal now. It's coming to look. Teams seem to go up and down the field to the 10-yard line almost every possession now.
I
Doesn't it
agree.
seem like that to you? So the punters are almost irrelevant.
Give the middle of the field up and just
it just
protect
comes
the
down
end
to the
zone.
last 10 yards and whether you can get a touchdown, a field goal, or you're going to go for it on fourth down. It seems like so much of that.
I mean, now there used to be one team that had a secret weapon from a kicker, and that was Tucker, and it was Baltimore. They were the only one. Now it's like 8, 9 of those guys. They all seem to be in the playoffs too.
I don't think they'll do it because they like points. But when you give the team now the ball after a kickoff on the 35-yard line, you're looking at 2 passes. And now with these kickers, you're in range.
You're in range. For
so
sure.
it's that's what they want in the NFL. I get it. I don't know if I need points every time teams have the ball, but that's what you get nowadays. We'll see what we get tonight. Houston and Pittsburgh. I know you guys are picking Pittsburgh. I'm picking Houston, so we don't do a lot of in stuff on that. We'll break it down tomorrow. We got a full 4 hours tomorrow. Charlie Hoffman will be on the show tomorrow.
Yep.
Excited about that.
We're gonna have to move the Big 5 to 240 and Charlie Hoffman 440.
And how about a fantabulous sports game show tomorrow, Skraby? You fired up
340.
for that?
No, not really, but
yeah. Last week was, you talk about an embarrassment. I don't know what was worse, you or AJ Brown last week. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow.
That was a terrible showing for me. In the
Everybody
game last
enjoy
week.
the game tonight or whatever it is you're up to. And for Tony, Skraby, Chris, we'll see you.